The Akwasidae Festival, London, in 2025. The Akwasidae Festival is one of the most important traditional celebrations amongst the Ashanti people of Ghana. It holds deep cultural, spiritual and historical significance, serving as a vibrant reminder of the Ashanti kingdom, heritage, leadership and connection to the ancestors. The Akan are the largest ethno-linguistic group in Ghana and part of the Côte d'Ivoire, but within them are several major subgroups that vary in population size. Exact numbers can shift depending upon the census year, but based on the Ghana Statistical Data Service, ethnographic research and regional distribution, here are some of the rankings by population size. The largest Akan ethnic group are the Ashanti. They're the most politically influential and known for the Ashanti kingdom. The Fanti, historical coastal traders, strong fishing and maritime culture. The Akuprem, a blend of Akan and Guan language. Ayam, known for gold trade and resistance against Ashanti expansion. Krau, mountain dwellers, historical traders and cocoa farmers. Bono Bron, considered among the earliest Akan states. Bono Bonso. And Zima, rich cultural culture known for festivals and herbal medicines. Sefwi, known for cocoa production and forest heritage. Wasa, early gold mining communities. Hasta, coastal, known for interaction with Europeans from the 16th century. Asin, historical significant warriors in Fanti-Ashanti conflicts. Owen, gold-rich forest communities. Bono Monso is an ancient town located in the Bono East region of Ghana, formerly part of the Bongo Afro region. It is one of the oldest known settlements of the Bono people, who are considered the earliest branch of the Akan ethnic group. Nana Osei Tutu I, the founding monarch of the Ashanti kingdom. He unified several Akan states, including Dwaban, Bakwa, and Suta, Mampong, into a powerful confederacy. The unification was sealed with the creation of the golden stool, symbolizing the soul and unity of the Ashanti people. The significance of the Akwasidae Festival, the Day of the Sacred Stool. Honoring the ancestors, Akwasidae is a day of ancestral veneration. It believes that spirits of the ancestors continue to influence the living. Offering of food and drinks are made of the Batama Mausoleum, where the remains of past Ashanti kings are kept. Libations are poured and traditional priests communicate with the ancestors to seek blessings and guidance. Affirming the authority of the Ashanti Hene, the festival showcases the power and legitimacy of the Ashanti Hene, king of the Ashanti. The king sits in state at the palace in Kumasi, receiving homage from chiefs and the public. It reinforces the unity, the hierarchical structure of the Ashanti kingdom. Preserving Ashanti culture and traditions, Akwasidae is a living expression of Ashanti identity, featuring drumming and dancing. The display of royal regalia and golden stool, and traditional music, storytelling, and educates the younger generation about their history, values, and societal roles. Spiritual renewal. The festival occurs on a Sunday every 6 weeks based upon the Ashanti calendar linked to the Akan lunar system. It is a time for personal reflection, spiritual purification, and thanksgiving to the gods and ancestors. Rituals are performed to ensure peace, prosperity, and protection for the community. Akwasidae achieves social and political cohesion. It brings together chiefs, dignitaries, and people from all walks of life, strengthening social bonds and loyalty to the Ashanti kingdom. It often used as a platform for discussing community development, resolving disputes, and reaffirming societal values. Akwasidae Festival is more than just a celebration. It's a sacred ritual of remembrance, a political statement, and a cultural showcase. It plays a vital role in maintaining continuity between the past, present, and fostering unity amongst the Ashanti people, and sustaining traditional leadership and belief systems in modern Ghana. Akwasidae Festival 2025, the Day of the Sacred Stool, here in London, on Sunday, the 10th of August, in Camberwell Green, London, SE5 7AA, from 12 to 6 p.m. We look forward to meeting you there. The Akwasidae Festival, London, in 2025. The Akwasidae Festival is one of the most important traditional celebrations amongst the Ashanti people of Ghana. It holds deep cultural, spiritual, and historical significance, serving as a vibrant reminder of the Ashanti kingdom, heritage, leadership, and connection to the ancestors. The Akan are the largest ethno-linguistic group in Ghana and part of the Côte d'Ivoire, but within them are several major subgroups that vary in population size. Exact numbers can shift depending upon the census year, but based on the Ghana Statistical Data Service, ethnographic research and regional distribution, here are some of the rankings by population size. The largest Akan ethnic group are the Ashanti. They're the most politically influential and known for the Ashanti kingdom. The Fanti, historical coastal traders, strong fishing and maritime culture. The Akuprem, a blend of Akan and Guan language. Ayam, known for gold trade and resistance against Ashanti expansion. Kwao, mountain dwellers, historical traders, and cocoa farmers. Bono Brom, considered among the earliest Akan states. Bono Bonso. And Zima, rich cultural culture, known for festivals and herbal medicines. Sefwi, known for cocoa production and forest heritage. Wasa, early gold mining communities. Hasta, coastal, known for interaction with Europeans from the 16th century. Asin, historical significant warriors in Fanti-Ashanti conflicts. Owen, gold-rich forest communities. Bono Monso is an ancient town located in the Bono East region of Ghana, formerly part of the Bongo Afro region. It is one of the oldest known settlements of the Bono people, who are considered the earliest branch of the Akan ethnic group. Nana Osei Tutu I, the founding monarch of the Ashanti kingdom. He unified several Akan states, including Dwaban, Bakwe, and Suta Mampong, into a powerful confederacy. The unification was sealed with the creation of the golden stool, symbolizing the soul and unity of the Ashanti people. The significance of the Akwasidae festival, the Day of the Sacred Stool. Honoring the ancestors, Akwasidae is a day of ancestral veneration. It believes that spirits of the ancestors continue to influence the living. Offering of food and drinks are made of the Batama Mausoleum, where the remains of past Ashanti kings are kept. Libations are poured and traditional priests communicate with the ancestor to seek blessings and guidance. Affirming the authority of the Ashanti Hene, the festival showcases the power and legitimacy of the Ashanti Hene, king of the Ashanti. The king sits in state at the palace in Kumasi, receiving homage from chiefs and the public. It reinforces unity, the hierarchical structure of the Ashanti kingdom. Preserving Ashanti culture and traditions, Akwasidae is a living expression of Ashanti identity, featuring drumming and dancing, the display of royal regalia and golden stool, and traditional music, storytelling, and costume. It educates the younger generation about their history, values, and societal roles. Spiritual renewal. The festival occurs on a Sunday every 6 weeks based upon the Ashanti calendar linked to the Akan lunar system. It is a time for personal reflection, spiritual purification, and thanksgiving to the gods and ancestors. Rituals are performed to ensure peace, prosperity, and protection for the community. Akwasidae achieves social and political cohesion. It brings together chiefs, dignitaries, and people from all walks of life, strengthening social bonds and loyalty to the Ashanti kingdom. It often used as a platform for discussing community development, resolving disputes, and reaffirming societal values. Akwasidae Festival is more than just a celebration. It's a sacred ritual of remembrance, a political statement, and a cultural showcase. It plays a vital role in maintaining continuity between the past, present, and fostering unity amongst the Ashanti people, and sustaining traditional leadership and belief systems in modern Ghana. Akwasidae Festival 2025, the Day of the Sacred Stool, here in London, on Sunday, the 10th of August, in Camberwell Green, London, SE5 7AA, from 12 to 6 p.m. We look forward to meeting you there. The Akwasidae Festival, London, in 2025. The Akwasidae Festival is one of the most important traditional celebrations amongst the Ashanti people of Ghana. It holds deep cultural, spiritual, and historical significance, serving as a vibrant reminder of the Ashanti kingdom, heritage, leadership, and connection to the ancestors. The Akan are the largest ethno-linguistic group in Ghana and part of the Côte d'Ivoire, but within them are several major subgroups that vary in population size. Exact numbers can shift depending upon the census year, but based on the Ghana Statistical Data Service, ethnographic research, and regional distribution, here are some of the rankings population size. The largest Akan ethnic group are the Ashanti. They're the most politically influential and known for the Ashanti kingdom. The Fanti, historical coastal traders, strong fishing and maritime culture. The Akuprem, a blend of Akan and Guan language. Ayam, known for gold trade and resistance against Ashanti expansion. Krau, mountain dwellers, historical traders and cocoa farmers. Bono Brom, considered among the earliest Akan states. Bono Bonso. And Zima, rich cultural culture known for festivals and herbal medicines. Sefri, known for cocoa production and forest heritage. Wasa, early gold mining communities. Hasta, coastal, known for interaction with Europeans from the 16th century. Asin, historical significant warriors in Fanti-Ashanti conflict. Owen, gold-rich forest communities. Bono Monso is an ancient town located in the Bono East region of Ghana, formerly part of the Bongo-Afro region. It is one of the oldest known settlements of the Bono people, who are considered the earliest branch of the Akan ethnic group. Nana Ose Tutu I, the founding monarch of the Ashanti kingdom. He unified several Akan states, including Duaban, Bakwa, and Suta, Mampong, into a powerful confederacy. The unification was sealed with the creation of the golden stool, symbolizing the soul and unity of the Ashanti people. The significance of the Akwasidae festival, the day of the sacred stool. Honoring the ancestors, Akwasidae is a day of ancestral veneration. It believes that spirits of the ancestors continue to influence the living. Offering of food and drinks are made of the Batama mausoleum, where the remains of past Ashanti kings are kept. Libations are poured and traditional priests communicate with the ancestors to seek blessings and guidance. Affirming the authority of the Ashanti Hene, the festival showcases the power and legitimacy of the Ashanti Hene, king of the Ashanti. The king sits in state at the palace in Kumasi, receiving homage from chiefs and the public. It reinforces the unity, the hierarchical structure of the Ashanti kingdom. Preserving Ashanti culture and traditions. Akwasidae is a living expression of Ashanti identity, featuring drumming and dancing. The display of royal regalia and golden stool, and traditional music, storytelling and costume. It educates the younger generation about their history, values, and societal roles. Spiritual renewal. The festival occurs on a Sunday every 6 weeks based upon the Ashanti calendar linked to the Akan lunar system. It is a time for personal reflection, spiritual purification, and thanksgiving to the gods and ancestors. Rituals are performed to ensure peace, prosperity, and protection for the community. Akwasidae achieves social and political cohesion. It brings together chiefs dignitaries and people from all walks of life, strengthening social bonds and loyalty to the Ashanti kingdom. It often used as a platform for discussing community development, resolving disputes, and reaffirming societal values. Akwasidae Festival is more than just a celebration. It's a sacred ritual of remembrance, a political statement, and a cultural showcase. It plays a vital role in maintaining continuity between the past, present, and fostering unity amongst the Ashanti people, and sustaining traditional leadership and belief systems in modern Ghana. Akwasidae Festival 2025, the Day of the Sacred Stool, here in London, on Sunday, the 10th of August, in Camberwell Green, London, SE5 7AA, from 12 to 6 p.m. We look forward to meeting you there. The Akwasidae Festival. Oh, yeah. I hope you would agree with me. The Akwasidae Festival here in London. That's tomorrow, the 10th of August, in Camberwell Green here in London, will be a truly inspirational experience. Yes, I'm smothered. I'm overwhelmed with. I've got to tell you, Ghanaian culture and traditions. Oh, yeah. It's been a beautiful week to study, to understand the complexity, the sheer depth of the culture that is Ghana. And indeed, the whole of West Africa, there's a real story to be told. We must tell our children. We must teach our children. And never again would a child of African heritage suggest that there is no culture to tell. Oh, my dear. Oh, the pleasure has been all mine. And I would share that pleasure with you today. Later on, in approximately 40 minutes, we will have inspired Ghanaians here to speak to us about them, their culture, traditions. They'll share with us the beauty, the wonder that is the Akan legacy. And there's much more to be told about that. But between now and then, I want to get a few headlines in and you could appreciate it. This is the Motivator Show. This is where we translate our words into action and where success is ours for the taking. And that is what you have to believe. That's why you're here, appreciating the Motivator Show. Yeah, we are not just passive receivers of information, we will act upon the information for ourselves, our families, the neighborhood, the wider community, society, and together we will make the difference. We are the change makers. Yeah, I recall that really important statement by King Kabila of the African Continental Unity Party. We point out that we must not rely upon a single person to define our present and our future. We together will define the present and the future. I hope you understand. And if you are unsure, hold the hand of someone you feel comfortable with, you trust, and you share the energy together. And with that energy, your confidence, your certainty would increase. And in doing so, you become an awesome human being. Because together, we will make the difference. It's the Motivation Show. This is where we translate our words into action and where success is ours for the taking. Yes, yes, oh yes, oh yeah, okay. Now, a few quick announcements, and I want to get into the lifestyle section, okay? I want you to applaud the recognition of traditional African, religious, indigenous concepts should be recognised in British courts. I want to bow and give enough respect to Elder Dadian on that campaign. And I know, following this broadcast, that there has been movements. There has been definite movements. Change is happening in British courts. Yep, change is happening because that is our will. Change is happening because we've come together in common aim and common purpose. In unity is strength. Praise be, Elder Dadian. Long may your work continue. The impact you will have will last for generations. All British courts, whether it be a Crown Court or Magistrates Court, will recognise African religious, indigenous religious concepts and acknowledge them when we swear to tell the truth in one of their courts. Very important, very important. This is part of that reparations process, which is well underway, both here in Britain, the Caribbean, Europe, and I dare say, United States of America, which I will get onto shortly. Because together, working together in unity is strength. In unity is strength. I know you understand these words. These are not fictional concept. You can now see it, feel it, touch it, and know it to be true. Ignore the propaganda that says otherwise. Praise Jah, he says, Rastafari. Oh yes, and we move forward with a determination never to lose. But losing is only a failed concept. So well done, Elder Dadian, and well done. Continue your great works. I also want to recognise, again, but it's really important, the work of Anthony Brown, leading the charge towards a Windrush Act here in Britain. Why significance? An independent report commissioned by the Home Office might be compared to the State Office in the United States, which concluded in its wording, very carefully worded, that successive laws here in Britain, enacted by Parliament, approved by the monarch, were designed to reduce the status and the position of people not white, particularly African peoples, here in Britain, and thereby take away their legal rights, their statehood. We call it the Windrush scandal. Despite the fact that successive British prime ministers have acknowledged that those affected by the Windrush Act, by the Windrush scandal, are British, I say again, are British. Nevertheless, the Home Office here is still working through hundreds of thousands of cases which it is yet to fully process, particularly in respect of compensation for the damage caused to those affected by the Windrush scandal. We need change. Anthony Brown and others are leading the charge, engaging with the ministers, Secretary of State, to argue for the Windrush Act. So those that impacted, those innocent people impacted, can have their dignity returned. Long may that work continue. Long may that work continue. Because together we will all make the difference. Well done, Anthony, and well done to all of those of you who are involved in the Windrush campaigns, those who are supporting people to apply for their reparation, or indeed compensation, if you like. Okay, and those of you who have yet to come forward to obtain your rights, I urge you to do so. I urge you to do so. Because together we will change the world. Yes, yes, yes. Two important announcements. I wanted to get there, but I will just make a reference to United States, and I need to do so. Of course, United States is an important country. It has the 47 presidents who appear to be a reactionary president, one that we must pay very close attention to because of what he's doing to that country. I mention that because of the most recent podcast, of course, in which we were honored to have representatives of the Rastafari communities in Jamaica. I want to give praise and respect to Ras Paulus Hosing, yeah, representing the Rasta communities in Jamaica. The houses, yeah, we call them houses or mansions of Jamaica. He recognized that very soon the current Prime Minister of Jamaica will announce the general election. And the Rasta peoples, the Rasta communities, the Rasta mansions are united in supporting Mark Golding of the PNP party of Jamaica. Praise Jah, Rastafari. Long may the Rasta people of Jamaica, long may the Rasta peoples worldwide be focused, determined, resolute in their conviction. We await the announcement of the elections in Jamaica, and we will campaign to elect the PNP party in Jamaica. Full commitment to that cause. Full commitment to that cause. Respect to you, Ross Paulus Hosing, represented here on the Motivators Show. The Rasta people, the Rasta communities, the Rasta houses, the Rasta mansions of Jamaica are worldwide. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Indeed, I should say a quick thank you to, of course, President Barack Obama, who changed the rule in respect of ganja or cannabis, they call it in America, which had a cascading impact around the world. I want to give my thumbs up to past Prime Minister of Jamaica. That's, of course, Portia Simpson Miller, who appointed Mark Golding to her cabinet. And he led the campaign, he led the argument in Parliament to resolve a Ganja Act, which was designed to recognise Rastafari, Rastas in Jamaica, yeah, as citizens of Jamaica, proud citizens, so that no longer can be criminalised for having their sacrament, which is, of course, the ganja, in their possession. Praise be. We await the announcement of the forthcoming election in Jamaica. We'll be there campaigning vigorously. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. We can't wait. Anyway. All right. Now it's time. It is now time for our lifestyle messages. Why these lifestyle messages are an integral part of the Motivators Show and have been for years? Here, particularly in the African heritage communities, whether it be in the Caribbean, Europe, the Americas in particular, what we're noticing are onset of illnesses that are intricately linked to our lifestyles. Lifestyles which become custom and practice, as it were. Excessive numbers of people with obesity or fatness. The majority of our African heritage women are overweight, obese. Yeah. Far too many of our peoples are weighed down with respiratory conditions. And this includes asthma. Yeah, this includes asthma. This includes high blood pressure and diabetes, cancers. Many of these conditions are related to our lifestyle, how we live our lives. Lack of exercise, lack of good food. Yeah? We need to reduce our cholesterol level. Yeah. Eating excessive amount of carbohydrates is weighing down and shortening far too many people's lives. Well, so what you're about to see is an example of people who've come together in common aim and common purpose and have recognized working together, exercise together, you can change your way of living together. Because in unity is strength. In unity is strength. I want you to watch this video. It's a very short video. And what it will do is empathize to you, explain to you why it's important to take care of your health. Okay? But these come to you with very simple messages. Very simple messages. Very simple messages. Listen to the words of this professor. Listen to his words, and you tell me if what he's saying is wrong. Listen to him. Professor Kevin Fenton says, I'm a public health director. Here are 5 things you can do to improve your health. 1. Mindful and balanced eating. Nourish wisely. Eat whole, balanced meals with awareness to support energy and well-being. 2. Get outside. Be with nature. Time outside reduces stress, improves mood, and strengthens your connection to the world. 3. Stay curious, stay engaged, explore new interests, keep your mind sharp, build social contacts, and boost your happiness. 4. Get active, move it or lose it. Move daily, lift weight, and do cardio. Exercise, improve physical, mental, mood, and energy. 5. Prioritize rest and sleep. Disconnect, rest. Quality sleep supports mental clarity, emotional balance, and overall health. Simple suggestion being made by Professor Fenton, who is the public health director here in London. Yeah. He has many other titles as well. Okay. Simple advice. Who are we to suggest otherwise? His life is devoted to clinical health of our peoples, all peoples. Okay. Straightforward advice. And if you're sitting down at the moment, please get up now and just move around. Because what I'm heartened by is the numbers of you who've heard these messages and have acknowledged that it is within your gift to maintain good, healthy lifestyle. It's your decision to do so. So what I'm heartened by is the numbers of you who've heard these messages and have responded positively, who've recognized working together, not doing it always by yourself. You want to go fast, you do it by yourself. But if you want to go far, and if you want your growth to be sustained, we do it together, because in unity is strength. So what I'm heartened by are the numbers of you who've heard these messages and have responded, and have set up your own groups to come together in common aim and common purpose, understanding working together is the only way forward. Watch these group of people, these ordinary people who came together in common aim and common purpose. Ordinary people recognizing, putting their resources, they can gain the facilities, have the trainers, and exercise together. I want you to get up just for a minute or two and participate in this exercise session. Then we get to the real serious stuff thereafter. Here we go. stretch up now. Stretch up, stretch up, stretch up. See that big and next yep. But the come together, common aim and common purpose. Understanding, working together. You're more likely to be successful. Keep it up, keep it up. There you are. You got it, you got it. That's it. Stretching up, stretching up. Oh. Look at that. I see children in there as well. That's right. Get them young. Yes. Get them young. If you teach a child that they exercise every day, they will take it to their adulthood. Exercise every day. Teach a child that they eat well, healthy food, and they will do so. There you go, there you go. Come on now. Get up. Let's do it. Keep doing it. Keep doing it. Keep doing it. Yes. We're doing it for you. We're doing it for the children. We're doing it for the next generation. And together, we will change the world. Oh yes. Oh yes. Oh my gosh. My knees. I can feel my knees. Hope you're doing this. We want to stay healthy. We want you to live to 120 years old. Oh yes. You got it. That's it. Oh yes. We can feel you. That's right. That's right. Don't just sit there. Just do a little bit of exercise. It can only do you good. We want you to stay alive for long as humanly possible. Be happy. Be cheerful. Yes, keep it up, keep it up, keep it up. Almost there now. There you go. I can feel you. That's right. That's right. Keep it up. There you go. Oh. Oh, that was good, huh? Yep. I hope you spent at least 30 seconds exercise as opposed to sitting down and watching this transmission. Okay? Because this is the challenge we have, particularly here in the West, and our sedentary lifestyle. In other words, we don't exercise very often. Okay? It's so important to do a little bit of exercise. What, 2, 3 minutes, 5 minutes, 10 minutes? Whatever you're comfortable with at first. Exercise can only be good for you. Not overly vigorous exercise, but you saw these people come together in common aim and common purpose, understanding, working together, you're more than likely to be successful. Exercise combined with healthy foods, yeah, none in excess of carbohydrates and sugars and that sort of thing. Yeah, good healthy food, fresh food wherever possible, and trying to maintain a positive outlook. And together we will transform the world. Hope you appreciate it. Hope you appreciate it. And I've got to tell you, that particular group, you know, I've got to commend them. They're actually based here in London. I've got to tell you, they are a wonderful group of people. The sort of people, when you meet, you smile. You say, yeah, all right. Okay, look, I'm going to put their details on the screen. There you are. I'm sure they won't mind if I do this anyway. They're called the Countdown Health and Wellbeing. They're based here in London at 12 Tatum Street in Wharf in London, and the postcode S for sugar E17 1TN. They're there every Monday and Wednesday between 6:30 to 8 p.m. Come early so you can gain the full benefit of their session. No one's judging you. You will not be judged. You'll be welcomed. Yep, you'll be welcomed. And together we will transform the world. Okay, good people, good people, good people. I've got not a problem giving them some promotion. And that's what we want to see. More of this cooperative working, collaborative working. That's what we want to see. There you go. There you go. All righty. What I think I now do, yeah, I think it's time. I'll start to prepare the way for Ghana. Mhm. You know, Ghana is a fascinating place, and when you think of the Empire of Ghana, which of course was not in where you see now, but actually in where you see Niger and places such as Mali. Yeah, that's where it's actually centered. The history of the people of Ghana, the correct term here is the Akan people. Mhm. The Akan people, okay? A great people, truly sophisticated, but they are made up of many ethnic groups, of which the Ashanti is the largest and one most well known and most politically influential. Okay, a truly fascinating experience to study the Akan people I've had these past few days. Okay. I've spent the equivalent of 48 hours of intense study to understand their history, their culture, their traditions, and the origins, therefore, of the Akwasidae festival, which I won't give too much away because we've got an inspired Ghanaian who will be joining us. And we're going to talk about the history and culture of the Akam, the Ashanti people, and indeed the other peoples that make up that that identity, which is the Akam identity. Very important, I know. And I realise as I live here in London, Britain, I often encounter Ghanaians, and I often presume that they are Ashanti. But it has taken me in my grand age to now ask the question, are you Ashanti? Are you Fanti? Are you Fanti? Mm-hmm. Which of the ethnic groups are you, of the Akan? Those are the correct questions I should ask Ghanaians. But we just presume that all Ghanaians are indeed Ashanti. Very similar situation we used to have in the Caribbean, when the presumption, because Jamaicans were well known, both culturally, as a cultural superpower. Uh, there was a presumption that all Caribbean were Jamaican, but actually the Caribbean is made up of many islands, of wonderful people across the many islands. Yeah. Shout out to the people of Dominica. I shout out to the people of Grenada. I shout out to the people of Trinidad. Yeah, and Tobago. Yeah, and I could go on and on. Yeah, let's recognise them. As I now recognise the many peoples that make up the account, of which the Ashanti people is but one, that make up the entire country that we now call Ghana. And we'll get to the details behind that history, rich history, very soon when my guest arrive. But it is a further lesson. It is a further lesson. Because whilst the Akwasidae festival is intended to reinforce knowledge of self, culture, tradition, a place by which the leader, the 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 leader is able to speak with confidence amongst his people. It provides an opportunity to resolve disputes within individuals, within families, an opportunity for storytelling and the teaching of culture and tradition and history. Not one filtered through those who were predators, but told by those who are wise men and women. I've got to tell you that I paused because I saw an interesting parallel between the flag of Jamaica and the Akan or Ashanti flag. And I realised they're the same colours. They're the same colours. And of course, the research and all the evidence point to significant Ashanti, or forgive me, Akan population in Jamaica. Significant. It wasn't not until you see the parallels between the Jamaican patois, the Jamaican language, and of course, listen to Tree or Ga or other dialects of the Akan. And the striking similarities are quite striking. Again, it is taken to my grand age to realize the truth, a natural truth when you think about it. Of course we are related. We have the same blood. We have the same blood. Praise Jah. Rastafari. Oh yes. That's an affirmation of identity. It is an affirmation of identity when I make that statement. And it's a connection with my immediate family and my ancestors. It is a spiritual affirmation. Love and goodness to you all. Praise Jah, Rastafari. Yes, it was an emotional experience to study the Akan, these great people. And we're going to have for them in the studio soon. Truly an emotional experience. Being a member of the diaspora, of course. Disconnected, dispossessed for generations. Oh yeah, come and fetch. Yes. That which is ours. To realize I was not reading and studying a foreign people. Yes, I was reading and studying my own people, my own family lineage. Yes, yes, right across West Africa. There is no doubt I was studying my own family lineage. Ashanti, Ga, oh yeah, Akan, Iba, Yoruba. I hear you. I hear you. I hear you. How's that? I hear you. I hear you. I hear you. We need to rap. We need to talk. We need greater communications. We need to ensure that all African children worldwide are taught our history from our mouths. From our mouths. That is vital. It is vital. It's from our mouths. I know you understand that. So it's been a great pleasure, a great pleasure. It was a great pleasure producing and putting together the intro video, which is only a snippet, I have to tell you, of what I originally produced, which lasted 48 minutes without my realizing. It lasted 48 minutes, but I had to reduce it to 5 minutes. So you can imagine how much it's been missing. But I will publish it separately on YouTube and Facebook, because the content is rich, it's vibrant, it's exhilarating, it is stimulating, it is powerful. Yeah? To reconnect the diaspora with their roots through our research and our narration. So it's clear, it's impactful on people I know and understand, the diaspora. More than 250 million of us worldwide. More than 250 million members of the diaspora, historic diaspora. Gosh, what a number, what a number. And far too many are disconnected from their roots. We must fill that bridge, fill the gap, bridge that gap, sew us back together again. Because together we will be awesome. I want to give a big praise and respect, of course, to the President of Burkina Faso, President Ibrahim Traore. A young man, yeah, my son's age, yeah, my son's age. I want to continue to express enormous admiration and pride in your works. Not that I don't recognize other leaders who are engaged in positive work. I want to give praise and respect to you specifically. In our next broadcast, we'll be coming direct live from Burkina Faso. Oh yeah, watch this space. Watch this space, okay? Oh yeah. Nevertheless, the world doesn't owe us anything. It is you must organize. It is you that must love yourself, Africans. It is you must seek out unity with your fellow Africans. It is you that must make the change. It's not an individual. It is you are the change makers. You are the change makers, not other people outside you, not some entity outside the world. It is you are the change makers. Because in unity is strength. In unity is strength. So what I'm going to do now, I'm going to play a part of the intro video, then I'm going to help my guest to get back into the studio, and we're going to have this really important interview, an interview that will be awesome. And if you're on YouTube and you haven't subscribed, please subscribe to the channel. Help us to disseminate this information, positive information, across the billion plus YouTube subscribers. It is free. It is free. Okay? And do not leave this broadcast unless you give us an affirmation, either a thumbs up or leave a comment. Okay? We would appreciate that. Okay? We would appreciate that. Okay? We would appreciate that. But if in doubt, ask questions. Alrighty, I'm going to play a little bit of the intro video, then I'll get my guest in the studio and we'll be ready. Here we go. Listen and watch carefully. The Akwasidae Festival, London, in 2025. The Akwasidae Festival is one of the most important traditional celebrations amongst the Ashanti people of Ghana. It holds deep cultural, spiritual, and historical significance, serving as a vibrant reminder of the Ashanti kingdom, heritage, leadership, and connection to the ancestors. The Akan are the largest ethno-linguistic group in Ghana and part of the Côte d'Ivoire, but within them are several major subgroups that vary in population size. Exact numbers can shift depending upon the census year, but based on the Ghana Statistical Data Service, ethnographic research and regional distribution, here are some of the rankings by population size. The largest Akan ethnic group are the Ashanti. They're the most politically influential and known for the Ashanti kingdom. The Fanti, historical coastal traders, strong fishing and maritime culture. The Akuprem, a blend of Akan and Guan language. Ayam, known for gold trade and resistance against Ashanti expansion. Krau, mountain dwellers, historical traders, and cocoa farmers. Bono Brom, considered among the earliest Akan states. Bono Bonso. And Zima, rich cultural culture, known for festivals and herbal medicines. Sefwi, known for cocoa production and forest heritage. Wasa, early gold mining communities. Hasta, coastal, known for interaction with Europeans from the 16th century. Asin. All right, I'll stop it there. I know I will play that intro video after the interview. It is obviously well worth watching. And I said the extended version, which I did not intend to produce, which lasts 48 minutes, because the rich history of their Akan people is such, I hadn't realized how long it went on for. But I'm assuring you, it's a must watch for any child, any human being, anyone who wants to reconnect with their heritage. Oh yeah, You watch it, the account people. Oh, yeah, it's worth watching. But it's really a recounting of the history of West Africa. Okay, but never this is good. But it's now time for us to bring in an inspired Ghanaian. Okay, we're going to rap. We're going to rap. Okay, let's see if I can get him in the studio now. Let's see if we get him in the studio. Okay, I think we're almost. Oh, right in, instant, instant. Look at that smile. Yeah. No, no, I don't mind saying this. I look as if you and I could be twins. That's what I discovered. We could be twins, huh? Yeah. Is that true? I don't know. Could we be twins?
We should be. There could be a connection. You never know. In fact, there is a
Yes.
connection. I'm so wrong. There is a connection. There would always be a
Hmm.
connection because
Yes.
of where we come from and our connection
Yes.
and the origin
Yes.
of our people. So, good morning
Absolutely.
to you and
Absolutely.
good morning to
Good
you.
morning. Good morning to you, and thank you for joining us. You are the inspired Ghanaian for today. Okay, I could have had an old crowd, but I found it's better just to focus on one person, and we can have others in the future. It's not a problem. But the
That's true.
inspired Ghanaian. Okay,
I am
as
pleased
I
to be
said,
here.
it is my pleasure, our pleasure indeed, for you to join us. You may have heard, I recited that as part of my preparation for this, equivalent to 48
Yes,
hours of intense
I could
study.
tell. I could
And
tell.
I have to tell you, it was such a powerful experience. I cried. I don't mind telling you, the rich history was profound. Yeah. And if you've been born in the West, as it were, okay, all you hear is the propaganda of the predators. That's all you hear and experience. And I know that there are tens of millions of us. Look at my granddad, huh? Tens of millions of us out there who are dispossessed,
Mm,
disconnected from our roots. But to study, I say to our people, study, study, study. Okay, and if you can't study, you buy in someone with the skills to teach the children, to teach you your own history, your own culture and
mm,
traditions.
mm,
Praise be, praise be. And it's not that I haven't studied other African cultures and traditions for reasons, and we'll get into this later on because it is spiritual. You've said it. Uh-huh. There was something very deep about studying the Akan.
mm,
Very, very deep. Very, very deep. But before I begin, and I get emotionally, totally enthralled by that
mm.
experience, more recent experience, okay, I'm going to invite you, please, just to introduce yourself, your name, okay, and I want you to explain to the people the meaning of your name. Please introduce yourself.
Right. I'm so pleased to be here and I'm
Mhm,
so
mhm,
thankful for this invitation. I find it um, very pleasuring to be invited to be
mhm,
part of this great gathering and all this conversation. My name is Kojo
mhm.
Bonti Amwako.
Wow, say that again. Oh my God. It's rolling, it's poetic. Say it
Right.
again, please.
So my name
Hey,
is Kojo Bonti Amwako.
wow.
That's my name.
Why?
And my name
Hey,
means
I'm
Anashan.
envious of you. Forgive me, hold on. I'm sorry, I'm
That's fine.
envious of you. What a name. It just flows as poet. You can feel the depth of it without even knowing its meaning. Explain the meaning to us, please.
Right.
Explain.
So my people comes from a place called Ashanti Achimagogo. My
Mhm,
we are the names that we have has a connection to our ancestry, our grandfathers, our grandmothers, either
mhm,
paternal or maternal. I am
mhm.
named after my father's people. I my name is the Kojo is the Ashanti boy or Akan
Uh-huh.
boy
Uh-huh.
born
Uh-huh.
on Monday.
On
Then
Monday, right.
on Monday. So when
Mhm,
anybody within the Akan group, you born on a day and you have a day's name. It's a way to
mhm,
register your presence on the planet. Then you
Mm-hmm.
go to the connection of your mother's people or your father's people, depending on who they want to recognize at the time. Because birth to the Akan people, it's a representation of rejuvenation, right? So
Yes,
then
yes,
when people give birth, it's reminding us that there is hope.
yes,
There
yes,
is there's another journey being taken, because again, as life
yes,
evolves, people are born,
yes,
people die.
yes,
So when the child is
yes.
born into a home, the day of the child's birth is
Mm-hmm.
recognized. The
Mm-hmm.
family, the relative, the father, the mother, whoever at the time needs to be recognized or be pedestalized or adored, his name is
Yes.
passed on to the child. So Bonti, so Kojo means an Ashanti or an Akan child born on a Monday.
Okay.
And Bonti,
Yes. Uh-huh. Uh-huh.
Bonti means purpose.
Wow.
Bonti
Purpose.
means purpose.
Yes. Uh-huh.
P-U-R-P-O-S-E, purpose, as in vision.
Right. Right.
Then
Wow.
Amoako means that you keep fighting until the
Mm-hmm.
purpose is fulfilled. So my
Mm-hmm.
name literally means an Ashanti boy born on a Monday who fights for the purpose until the purpose is achieved.
Wow. I'm almost speechless. And I'm not typically silent. I'm not that type. I've absorbed that knowledge. Powerful. Powerful.
Mm.
I can't. I'm not able to reply to you because I haven't spoken to you at length now.
Right.
Your parents chose your name wisely because you are most certainly living up to your purpose. You are a
I would
natural
not say,
communicator.
I would not say you are wrong at all.
It is true.
I would not say
And,
you are
and
wrong.
and as you described your name, okay, you use those terms interchangeably.
Mm.
Asante, a can. Okay,
Right.
um, I've had reason to study a can and to
Mm.
understand. Well, because I hear this from Ghanaians often as well, and they often do not define what they mean. Okay, I've had to study recently. I've got a better appreciation of what you mean when you say a can Ashanti. What do you mean by a can Ashanti? Tell us. What do you
So the Akan people
mean?
are
Mm-hmm.
a group, or is a whole nation of people, a
Mm-hmm.
whole nation of tribes that
Right.
constitute the Akan nation. It's a combination of different groupings of
Mm-hmm.
people within Ghana. Now
Okay.
it tends to be the largest. That's the Akan people. But within the Akan people, we have
Mm-hmm.
groupings. We have the Kwaus, we have the Seshi people, we have the
Oh.
Wassa people, we have the Fanti
Uh-huh.
people, we have the people from
Uh-huh.
the Nzima, we have those from the Bono, Mahafu, and all those places.
Uh-huh.
And they
Uh-huh.
constitute the Akan people. Akan, some people spell it wrong. So if you don't mind, I spell it. It's
Of course.
Akan, Akan people. And
Yes.
some play with it, say that we can always do something. Akan people are more the largest, and we within the Akan we have the Ashantis,
Mm-hmm.
right?
The
The
largest,
Akan is
yes.
a whole
Uh,
grouping of a
mm,
people. Then
mm,
within the Akan nation, we have the Ashantis, and the Ashantis also are part of the Akans. And
mm-hmm.
from the Ashantis is where we have the Otunfo or Tutu, the
Yes,
the Otunfo, the king. Yes.
I understand. It's interesting as this realization becomes apparent to me and others. When we meet Ghanaians, there's almost a presumption that they are either Asante or Ga, is the other.
Okay.
Yep. Um, but you mentioned quite a number of
Yes.
tribal groups here.
Yeah.
Are they in this country? Well, I'd love to meet a Ghanaian who's Fanti, for example. Because I've read a lot about the Fanti now, and I understood that the Fanti and the Ashanti are competitors, which we can get
We
to later
we
on. But
we
yeah,
we are the same people. We
yes,
speak the same type of what we call
mm,
TWI. However,
yes,
there are variations of the accent and the
mm,
presentation of the
mm,
language. We are the same people.
yes,
We are the
yes,
same people. So when another Akan person speaks, I can
hmm,
sort of vaguely understand what they're saying, right? When I
right,
speak,
yes,
they can also understand what I'm saying. When
right,
say when a Fanti person speaks their Fanti, I can
mm,
understand I can understand fully or
hmm,
sometimes vaguely what they are saying because it all has its own similarities within the tree
yes,
language, and that is it.
right.
We have our own challenges and have our own competition, but we are very, very together as a people.
Yes, yes. And thank you. And that is clear to me. That is very clear to me. You are together
Mm,
as a people, despite the diversity. Okay? And
absolutely.
uh, and here in London, so you're aware that on the 10th of August from 12 to 6 p.m. in
Absolutely.
in Camberwell, and that's the London F for sugar E5. There
Right.
will be an Akwasidae festival.
Yes.
Hopefully, you can get to that. I will definitely be there tomorrow. Okay. And, and what I will be asking Ghanaians as I
Mm.
speak to them, are you a Santi or are you Fenty? Which are you? Huh? I want to understand because
Right.
I'm now that that's the correct question to ask,
Mm,
as opposed to
mm.
presuming that they are a Senti. Is important. It's important. Okay? Out of respect for them and their ethnic heritage.
Really
Absolutely
like that.
right.
I really like that. If you don't mind me chipping in that,
Of
because
course, of course.
there's a lot of assumption where there's a lot of assumption where people think everybody is an Ashanti, right? Or
Indeed, indeed.
and I can understand that, right?
Yeah.
And I'm very glad and pleased that you have sort of splitted it out. Say, listen,
Hmm.
there's a range, a strand of people that form
Yes.
the Ashanti people, the Akan
Yes.
people, right? So the
Yes.
Ashanti are part of the Akan people.
Indeed.
So there are the
Yes. Yeah.
Fantis, there are the different types, ranges. So
Yes.
we have the Kweu
Yes.
people who come from the
Mm.
eastern part. We
Mm.
have the Achim people. We have the
Mm.
Nzimas. We have
Yes.
different
Yes.
people, and even with different
Mm.
parts of Ghana where
Yes. Yes.
we have people who are not directly connected to the Ashanti people.
Mm.
There are Ashantis who migrated to different parts of Ghana for say
Yes.
Volta region, right?
Yes.
Wonderful
Yes.
people with the Volta
Yes.
region and some part of Volta region they speak Tree,
Yes.
right? They speak
Yes.
Tree, right? And
Yes.
they
Yes.
speak Tree. They have Ashanti or Akan names. You know what I'm
Hmm.
saying? So we are a
Yes, I do.
wonderful breed with a whole, complex, beautiful expressions of ourselves. So it's it's
Hmm.
it's just that location and migration and marriage, right?
Yes.
Marriage
Yes.
also played a major part with the way the Ashanti people moved into different parts of Ghana
Right.
and how we
Okay.
have all merged ourselves and living together as one people. So the Akan people are a group, a wide, large groupings of people, and the Ashantis form part of the Akans. Over to you, sir.
Thank you. Thank you. That's very clear. And we are educating our peoples, the many people, particularly of the diaspora, who I'm
Appreciate
showing you are hungry for this information. They are hungry for
it.
this information. Okay. Embedded in what you described there,
Mhm.
so the tree, the language has a meaning behind it. something about war. I understand. Is that right? Just war. I understand it's a combination of two words, a 10 words that make up the tree, that descriptor, which I'll come on to later on. But the central symbol that I've noted that seems to run right throughout the culture here,
Mm.
okay, is of course the stool, the the golden stool, or the
Yes,
Sekri
yes,
Doa Kofi, I think you pronounce it. Yeah.
yes,
Okay.
yes.
Why is it the this a stool? Because it seems to be, forgive me, being out of the diaspora, a very
Right,
simple item that one sits on, But why
right,
would a stool hold
right,
such cultural significance? Please
right,
explain.
right. I'm glad you asked. The
Mm-hmm.
stew represents the ultimate symbol of the Ashanti kingdom, right?
Mm-hmm.
The stool is what we
Mm-hmm.
call the golden stool. The golden
Uh-huh.
stool really represents the spirit of the Ashanti. The Ashantis have over the years come to a place of understanding that we have the responsibility, one, to acquire power
Yes.
and be able to use power for the
Yes.
empowerment of our people.
Yes.
And
Yes.
for that, we use that power for unity in
Indeed.
building the Ashanti nation.
Indeed.
So the psychology of the Ashanti is about power, it's about unity, and it's about
Mm-hmm.
nation. Right now,
Powerful. Powerful. Please continue,
so
sir.
that
Please
the
continue.
stool comes in as a symbol which speaks of gold and
Mm-hmm.
yeah. So sika being Sika, sika means
Yes.
money, gold.
Yes.
Right. Then you
Mm-hmm.
have the dia being the stool.
Mm-hmm.
You know me?
Yes.
Right. And that is when the we have what we call the Confuanochi. I don't know whether you researched and got there, but where the
I
golden
did.
stool was brought from the
Yes.
heavens. Right. Now
Yes.
the golden stool represents the Ashanti kingdom. The
Mm-hmm.
Sikejakufi represents the Ashanti kingdom. Everything of the Ashanti nation evolves around Sikejakufi. Is
Hmm.
the spirit of the people. We
Yes.
all congregate, we all bow to
Yes.
Sikejakufi. And
Yes.
Sikejakufi rules the nation. And that is where His Majesty Otumfo Osetutu,
Mm-hmm.
he
Yes.
he sits on. The reason why when I speak, you notice anytime I mention his name, I bow, is that it's a form of honor and it's a form
Yes.
of bowing to His Royal Majesty Otumfo Osetutu. By that,
Mm-hmm.
that is what I'm doing. So the golden stool is what represents us as a people. It represents the spiritual symbol of the spirit of the Ashanti kingdom, the Ashanti
Wow.
people, the spirit of resilience, the spirit of calling things into existence, the spirit of a fighting and being able to make sure that we bring our people together and
Yes.
collectively be able
Yes.
to empower our people. That is what the
Yes.
spirit represents.
Yes. Absolutely. Affirmation. Yes. I've we hear you. We feel you. We
Appreciate that.
understand you.
Appreciate
Praise
that.
God. It is powerful testament you're providing here,
Mm,
and it will have emotional impact on many,
mm,
particularly of the diaspora, who are
right.
receiving this information, and they're not simply hearing the information; they are feeling and sensing the information. It
Appreciate
is
that.
tuning in on a much higher level. We want to
Appreciate that.
appreciate your ability to communicate in such
Mm,
purity. Thank you, thank you, thank you.
mm,
A question, if I may, and just take this narrative further in terms of the stool. Is it true that Ashanti, that Ghanaians were Ashanti, um, when a child learns to crawl,
mm.
they receive a stool? or
Mm.
after a gift as their first gift from their father, or young woman when she enters puberty. Okay, as part of that in puberty rites entails sitting on a stool. Or another one I've got here for you. Let's try this one. A husband presents to his wife a stool when they're married. Are all these, what I've researched, correct? And do you practice these customs yourself?
Right. Very good question. Thank you for that. I'm glad. You know, the thing about the stew
Yes.
is has several interpretations and meanings.
Okay.
Stew to us is about welcoming. Stew
Yes.
for us is about affirmation. Stew for us
Yes.
to say you are endorsed, you are validated, and I see.
Yes.
I
I see.
welcome you to sit. You must have come in contact with a
Yes.
word called Akwaba. Akwaba, A
Aquaba.
K
Aquaba.
W A B A.
Yes.
Akwaba. When you
Absolutely.
come to my home, I say
Yes.
Akwaba. When a man
Yes.
marries a woman, it's his way of saying Akwaba. I welcome you into
Aquaba.
Aquaba,
Aquaba.
right?
Go on.
So when
Yes.
you come into my home, I say Akwaba.
Mhm.
We all use it.
Yes.
I mean, a lot of Akan people speak it. A lot of Ewe people speak it. Other people also speak it. But Akwaba means that welcome. Now, going back to
Mhm.
the stew
Mhm.
represents saying, I welcome you. I give birth to a
Mhm.
child, and my
Mhm.
child, I give him a stool. The stool represents the welcoming,
Mhm.
the endorsement, the validation
Mhm.
of that child. To say,
Yes.
listen, I welcome you
Yes.
into this house. You sit here
Yes.
and you
Mm.
represent the people and the ancestors who were there and who are here and who are yet to come. You have come in and
Yes.
today you represent the people that were once here. So the stool is very much to
Yes.
do with affirmation and to tell
Mm.
the child that is you are welcome into this home. So you come into my home, you are
Mhm.
here to
Mhm.
continue from what I am building from here.
Mhm.
Because
Mhm.
the Ashanti, remember I talked about continuity, legacy.
Yes.
Right.
Yes.
So our names are important and the
Mhm.
stool is connected to our names. So I am
Yes.
Bonti Amwako. My son
Amwaka.
My
Uh-huh.
son is supposed and is obligated and must carry on
Mhm.
my legacy. So my son
Praise God.
have to make the decision to
Mhm.
continue from where I left off. Because I'm not going to
Yes.
be here forever. But I'm also going to be here forever because I come through my son.
Absolutely.
Right.
Yes.
So my son also carries through with his son or his daughter. Right?
Mhm.
So it's not just the male child, the female child is also pivotal in this exercise. The stool represents you come into this home and I sit you down and you are welcome. You ask whether I do. I do. I do. I do because I welcome my son into my universe and to tell
Absolutely.
him you are included, you are welcome into this big family of Ashanti.
Yes.
You are welcome into this big, 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 this whole nation. And you have
Mhm.
uncles, you have aunties, you have nephews all over the
Mhm.
world. And
Mhm.
anytime you fall into crisis, anytime you are in crisis, anytime,
That's right. Yes.
just mention your name. At the
Yes.
mentioning of your name, somebody will come to your aid if you need it.
Mhm.
By the mentioning of your name, we can track where your father comes from. By the
Yes.
mentioning of your name, they can tell the stool you represent.
Mhm.
By mentioning your name, they can track
Mhm.
where your
Mhm.
grandfather comes from. So it's important that
Mhm.
in the naming ceremony and in handing over the stool to the child, these things
Mhm.
are said, inculcated,
Yes.
and programmed
Yes.
into the child's mind.
Wow.
Over to you, sir.
Powerful. Powerful. You
Appreciate
said that with such conviction. The diaspora are hearing you. I'm receiving messages, emotional messages right now on my phone. I'm receiving those emotional messages. Yeah, this is
Appreciate it.
powerful. And as you describe it, of course, you're describing custom and tradition
Hmm.
that grounds the person, their
Right.
sense of certainty, of identity, both in the current and in the past. They are certain that they have been overwatched by their ancestors, their wisdom of their ancestors, it's been cemented in them.
You're correct.
Wow.
You're
I
correct.
we understand this. We understand this. We understand this. Powerful, powerful, powerful. I've got to just take this further, if I may, and just to take what you've described in terms of the affirmation actions in relation to the stool and its significance. You see behind me my backdrop, of course. I've smothered myself in various kente cloth from various
Right.
regions across
Right.
Ghana and beyond.
Right.
Okay. Tell me, why is the kente cloth so important as part of this cultural matrix that we're in? Why is the kente cloth? Why is that important to you? Please explain.
The story of the Akan people, the story of the Ashantis, and some parts of Volta region.
Okay.
Kente has had a long story and journey into the Ashanti nation. Now, we wear this Kente cloth to represent legacy. We wear the Kente cloth to represent our unity. We wear the
Mm-hmm.
Kente cloth to represent our sense of self.
Mm-hmm.
We are people of
Mm-hmm.
spirit. We are people of rhythm. We're people
Yes.
of color. Now,
Yes.
when the kente is being woven, kente comes from different strings and streams of cloth coming together to
Uh-huh.
form a particular a pattern. If you take a close look, you notice that there's been an intentionality and criticality with the way it's been designed.
Yes.
You go
Yes.
further and you can see the colorfulness.
Yes.
And lastly, you can see that it has its detailed attention to
Yes.
detail. Let me deal with the attention to detail. The attention to detail represents the people and the characteristic that makes them who they are. Attention to
Mm-hmm.
detail. We are a
Mm-hmm.
people who sits and look into things, making
Yes.
sure that we are making everything done in excellence.
Okay. Yes.
Now, kente is not just it's not just a woven cloth. It represents excellence, and the
Mm-hmm.
excellence is what the Ashanti people gravitate towards.
Wow.
Excellence, excellence is where the Ashanti people go for because we have a mentality of making sure that we have power, we
Yes.
have unity, and we
Yes.
have nation at mind. So I deal with the
Yes.
excellence. We go into the interwovenness and the connectivity of the Kente cloth. You see the
Mm-hmm.
unity, regardless of what happens, regardless of the misunderstandings and the challenges that comes as a people. The
Yes.
Kente cloth tells us we have to come together and create this unity, this
Mm-hmm.
rhythm of
Mm-hmm.
revival within ourselves. I can offend you, you can offend me. But for the sake, I'm going back to it, for the sake of Sikejakofi, for the
Mm-hmm.
sake of Tufo, or say to the
Mm-hmm.
first, or say to, right? We as Ashanti people, we can't fight between ourselves. We
Yes.
are a people striving for excellence. We're striving for unity. We're striving to move things further with ourselves, advancement. So the importance of it is about excellence, it's about legacy, it's about unity, and it's about continuity. Because I end with this. At
Yes.
every stage where the kente maker or the woven people, or where we call it bonre, where they weave the kente. Bonre is Bonwire. I could have butchered the spelling, but bonre is the
Yes, yes.
place they go to weave the kente. Or other parts of Ghana, but bonre is more the principal space where kente is woven. The significance is we're leaving it here for the next generation to come and give their
Right.
expression to it. So Kente is about legacy, it's about continuity, it's about excellence, and it's also about the people of a nation.
Beautifully said. Beautifully said. And to understand the differences in the style and pattern, is there a formula being applied here, or is it really just an artistic expression depending upon either the family or ethnic group that is producing the pattern? Is there a
What a
formula? I'm trying to, yeah.
what a beautiful question. Beautiful question. Thank you for that.
Mhm.
A bit of both.
Okay.
A bit of both. Because art has no pattern, but it has
Mhm.
a rhythm.
Yes.
Because art comes from internal, it's an expression. So there are shades and interpretations of the artistry which comes from different tribes, different
Mhm.
clans,
Yes.
and some
Yes.
people have their own colors and
Mhm.
representation. So certain groupings within the Ashantis would say
Mhm.
we are loved and liked these colors and we want to use these colors to represent us.
Okay.
The representation has nothing to do with isolation, right?
Mhm.
Because they
Mhm.
belong to the Ashanti state, the Ashanti nation,
Yes.
sorry, the Ashanti nation, but they want to have their expression within the nation.
Okay. Yep. That
May
makes
I
sense.
also
Makes
say
sense.
this? May I also say this? Under no circumstance, under no circumstance, I have to say and state again, under no circumstance, your kente has to look any similarity to His Royal Majesty Otumfo.
Oh.
Right? You
Oh.
can't. It doesn't exist. You can't. It's not accepted. It's against
Mhm.
every rule, every tradition, and everything. You can't. So it
Mhm.
just in case you come into public and, for instance, what is happening on Sunday, you must have worn
Mhm.
your kente cloth, you turn up,
Yes.
and there is some kind of similarity to what Otunfo has got
Oh.
on, you have to leave the compound because
Ooh.
he
Okay.
is the king and he rules
Yes.
supremely. You can't,
Yes.
in any way, shape, or form, have any resemblance of what he's wearing because what he's wearing, every time what he's wearing, represents the people. And he alone is the king. And he
Right.
alone is the person we adore. So your cloth, your kente can match him. Your kente
Right.
cannot even have any representation just like his.
Mhm.
No way. But the kente essentially is to represent the style, the spirit, and also the excellence of the people. May I also say,
Understood.
may I
Of
also say,
course. Yes. Of course.
some parts of Volta region
Mhm.
also have their kente. So kente
Ah.
is not
Mhm.
specifically for the Ashantis. Some parts of Ghana, people from the Volta region, has their version of kente, right?
Okay.
And they also present theirs in their own way. Because I keep bringing the Volta region people in because they have a very, very love relationship with the Ashantis, which next time when we have time we can go into it, where how they played a part within the Ashanti and how they incorporated and supported the Ashantis when the British and other people came in to want to take over. At some point, we can go into later or maybe a next conversation. But the
Mhm.
Kente represents that. And they also have their own version of Kente. But back to the Ashanti Kingdom. The Ashanti Kingdom has its own Kente, which represents unity, rhythm, spiritual excellence, and the continuity of the whole nation. Thank you.
No, that's very clear. Uh, can I just check though? And we've not discussed this. So the connection with Volta region, I recognise formerly Upper Volta,
You're
and
correct.
now, of course, Burkina Faso. What you're
Okay,
saying
right,
is
yes.
just, aha. Please, just clarify. Just clarify.
Well, so there's Burkina Faso, which goes up the hill, up the
Mm,
mountain. The Volta
aha.
region is a Volta with Voltarians.
The river. Mm,
Wonderful, different people. They also have
yes.
their own story, their own kingdoms. They have their festivals like the Hogbachocho and all the other things that they do. Wonderful, wonderful people. Love them to bits. What love them to bits, and they are different. They are different. Upper, they are different. We go into Upper Volta. You go into then there's Volta region where we have the Ewe people. They have their connection, a lot of connection to Togo. They're
Okay.
just on the
Yes.
borders of Togo. Some people go into Togo, some part of Ivory Coast, but they are part and parcel of the fabric of the Ghana as a nation, and they have a
I
good,
understand.
wonderful relationship with the Ashanti nation.
Well, just give a quick announcement that the next podcast will come live from Burkina Faso, formerly known
Ah,
as Upper Volta.
right,
So this is again spiritual.
right,
We will have some continuity between these two transmissions. But
wonderful.
your explanations of the importance of the Kente cloth and its the artistic styles, it
Mm,
is now much clearer for all of
right,
us to appreciate.
right.
I want to thank you for being a very clear narrator. Very clear narrator. And what I will do, just for the benefit of the audience, this interview we will re edit. And as the descriptions are being provided, they'll be on screen. So
Okay,
it will become even more alive for people. So this is going to be a really pleasurable
I
experience, I
appreciate
must say. Okay?
appreciate that.
But of course, the Ashanti people, rich culture and traditions are amazing. Okay. But I've noticed as part of my research that when I look at Akwasidae, I've
Mm,
told repeatedly it is possibly a lesser version of the more important festival of
mm.
the Doe, Odoe. I have to pronounce it Odoe,
I,
ODW.
I,
Thank you, Beast. Thank you. Um,
I,
what is the relationship between these two festivals? Are they one the same, or
right,
is there a distinction, and why is there a distinction?
right. The Akwasidae and the Adae Kese are two different, distinctive and very different festivals within the Ashanti kingdom.
Okay.
I tend to see people referring it as an Akan festival,
Mm.
and
Mm.
it's not an Akan festival. It's an
All right.
Ashanti festival because
Oh.
other other people do not celebrate or um, celebrate Akwesidae or Adaikesi. However, however, other tribes and other people within the Akan nation are brought in as visitors or as spectators or as witnesses to
Yes.
enjoy and celebrate the moment. Akwasidae really deals with homage. Akwasidae deals with it's more of a 6 weeks thing where the Ashanti people sit to
Mm-hmm.
meet His Royal Majesty Otumfo. Right now, the interesting thing about it is we meet and congregate before him for spiritual connection. We meet and connect with him for the affirmation and the reaffirmation of His Royal Majesty Otumfo. All right.
Mm-hmm.
So Akwesidai is very much a 6 weeks thing. So
Okay.
it's quite recurrent where people will come together to meet the king and prostrate, bow before him. There he makes pronouncements, there he
Mm-hmm.
makes lessons, there he endorses his people. It's a way of saying, I see you people and I see
Mm-hmm.
you doing what you're doing. I recognize you.
Mm-hmm.
I'm your father, I'm your king. I
Mm-hmm.
validate you, see you.
Mm-hmm.
The Akwasidae
Mm-hmm.
really brings people together for kings, chiefs within the Ashanti nation to come before His Royal Majesty, right? To make sure that they represent their people,
Yes.
right?
Right.
So if you come under the Ashanti kingdom, or Akwasidae is when you come in to submit yourself to the king.
Mm-hmm.
Is when you come to see the king, and you present yourself to the king.
Yes.
There he
Yes.
pour libation and do all the necessary spiritual and cultural rituals to
Yes.
remember the
Yes.
ancestors and the people that came before us, and the people that laid their life down for the Ashanti nation. Adae
Right.
is more of a greater importance.
All right.
Yeah, Adae is more of a special season. It ends more, it happens more end of the year, where it's bigger, is
Uh-huh.
larger.
So I
Adae,
understood. Yes.
yes,
Yes.
Adae is when it's end of the year, people coming from all over the world, and they coming to stand before and sit before the king, His Royal Majesty, right? And make sure that they represent who they are, and they bow to the throne. Sikejakufi, right?
Mm-hmm.
Now, here Otunfo Nana, Otunfo tells the people where he's going to go, and he displays his glamour and displays the journey of the Ashanti people, and also tell them and remind them of the power they possess and they have. You see,
Absolutely.
because
Yes.
he represents the people, and
Yes.
Ashanti people understands the importance of symbolism.
Yes.
That for us is to tell us we are people of a great nation. When
Absolutely.
he,
Yes.
when we see him, everything he displays represents us.
Yes.
So when you see
Yes.
him sitting in the palanquin, and he with the grandeur and the elegance and the style is telling you within you lies the power, the grandeur, the elegance, and everything that he is representing. He is
Yes.
representing the nation. So when you
Yes.
see him and he comes, know that by seeing him and he standing with his people, you are connected to power.
Hmm.
Your source
Well
is
said.
safe,
Well
right?
said.
So
Praise God.
Adai Kese is very much
Mm.
more of the bigger festival,
Mhm.
where the Ashanti nation sits, and the Otumfo comes in to speak and also engage with his people.
Mhm.
The
Beautiful.
rituals are
Beautiful.
more intense with the Adai
Yes.
Kese. The rituals are more detailed. The rituals are more prevalent amongst
Mhm.
very much likely also is to say this. The Adaikese is to register or re-register the political influence that he
Mhm.
has amongst his
Yes.
people, that
Yes.
he rule, and he rules supremely amongst his people, his royal majesty.
Praise Jah. Thank you. Thank you. Very clear. Told you, eloquent communicator. So the teacher. You say you're not a teacher. That I don't understand.
My mother was a teacher. I'm not a teacher at all.
Ah, yes, it's in your blood. I'm
Right.
assuring
My
you.
mother was a
I know a
teacher.
teacher when I meet one. Oh my dear. Oh my dear. No. Can I just take you on very quickly to the next festival, which I would have focused on, which was an interesting one, being from the Caribbean myself, of course. So I've witnessed the Yam Festival, which
Right.
have parallel in the Caribbean. What is the significance of the Yam Festival to the Ashanti peoples, or indeed the Kan peoples, please?
Yam has been quite prevalent. and been quite
Mm-hmm.
prevalent. Yeah, yam has played a major part of the Akan people. It is believed. I will have to start from there. It is believed that yam has its significance with the way it goes in the ground and pops up.
Yes.
Yam brings to us the story and the significance of what we go through in life and
Indeed.
the
Indeed.
resurgence
Yes.
of the people of the Ashanti. So, Yam really represents a moment where we strive and we come out one for the survival of the people.
Absolutely.
It is believed also that when Yam was found within the Ashanti space, it became more of a thing that we ate for survival.
Mm-hmm.
There
Yes.
are different
Understood. Yes.
That's right.
Yes.
There are different
Yeah.
types of yam. So I
Mm-hmm.
might not be fully giving all the details with the yam because I know there is Afasie, I
Mm-hmm.
know there is Puna, I
Yes.
know there
Indeed.
is
Yes.
Ponjo, I know there are
Yes. I know.
different phrases and shades of
Yes.
yam, and we use
Yes.
it for different seasons. So, for instance, when His Royal Majesty or some of the chiefs goes to visit the ancestors in what they call the dark room. Now, it is said that yam is prepared with palm oil and yam is presented to the ancestors. Now, there is a specific yam which is prepared, mashed with palm oil, with eggs in a pot that is
Mm-hmm.
served to the ancestors. It is said. So that is what I know, and that is what I was told, and that is what I've
Mm-hmm.
read. So to me, that is
Mm-hmm.
my truth, right? So, but yam represents the rejuvenation of the people. Yam to
Yes.
us reminds us of a people who will go through the turbulences and the crucibilities of life, but we come
Mm-hmm.
out resurging, surging up, and becoming of use to mankind.
Well said. Well said. Such power, such energy, such
Appreciate,
vigor, such determination,
appreciate,
resoluteness. Absolutely. My gosh, my
appreciate.
gosh. I
Thank
tell you, we can keep this up for a long time. Let me keep going though. I have another question for you.
you. Please do,
Again,
please.
to clarify, really, this is really more of a clarification. What is the difference between, now I'm going to try and pronounce the word, Adae Kessi and Akwasidae festivals. So that's what I'm seeing. Adae Kessi and Akwasidae festivals. What, is there a difference or the one that exchangeable terminology?
So, as I said, Adae Kese is annual,
Yeah.
Kwesidae is every 6 weeks.
Gotcha.
Every six
Gotcha.
weeks. So
Right. Gotcha. Yes.
Adaikese
Got
is
it now.
end of the year. Akwesidae is
Yes.
every 6 weeks. The rituals
Perfect.
are
Mm-hmm.
different. However, the rituals are the same, but but Adaikese has a more detailed, and Adaikese has a more uh it's quite detailed, right? And the populace or the people that comes into that space are quite grandiose. They're quite a lot. Akwasidai brings in more of the locals, the people within, right? So
Understood.
it's
Yes.
me
Okay.
meeting my people,
I
right?
understand. Right. Yes.
So
Right.
that's Akwasidai, right? Me
Yes.
meeting my people and my people with their people. Adai Kese is when I bring my friends, people who wants to be my friend,
Mm-hmm.
and my people and their friends is bigger,
Okay.
right? And we sit and I show and display where we are going, where we've come from, and what we are about to do. Over to you, sir.
Oh, no, beautifully said. You may have anticipated my follow-on question. Of course, I was going to ask you, how you can prepare yourself to attend the Akwasidae festival tomorrow here in London, in Camberwell Green, in London
Right,
SE5. How would you
right,
prepare yourself and indeed your family to attend?
right. It's a beautiful, big day.
Mm-hmm.
On that day, we come in with elegance. We come in with style. We come in with the spirit of
Yes.
the porcupine warrior.
Mm.
So I prepared the morning, making sure that I am psychologically psyched, I'm spiritually alert, and I'm intellectually stimulated because I'm going into a space where I see my people.
Yes.
I'm going into an environment where I am going to witness power, influence,
Mm-hmm.
vigor.
Yes.
I'm coming
Yes.
into an arena of possibility.
Mm-hmm.
Right. So
Mm-hmm.
I come into the place with my kente cloth
Yes.
and with what I call the chow chow, which called ahenema.
What's that? Explain. Explain. What is
Right.
that?
So chow chow, or my father calls it chow chow, I call it ahenema, is the sandals, the slippers we wear. So
Oh, right. Right.
the kente you put on, but there is what we call the sandals. The sandals we
Mm.
wear, or the chow
Right.
chow, or the, let me say, the shoes we wear with the kente,
Okay.
right?
Understand.
Because the kente is covered and it's supposed to make sure that you walk with regality, you walk with elegance. But to do that effectively, you got to wear the right shoes to represent the kente you are wearing and to help you or help the individual to arrive in style and in pageantry. So the kente is what we put on, and the sandals, as in the slippers, is where we wear to be able to walk and march the kente. So that is how I'm going to appear. I'm going to appear with
Mm-hmm.
my kente off, and I'm going to come
Right.
with my sandals and
Mm-hmm.
have my Ashanti flag, which comes
Mm-hmm.
in to represent the Ashanti nation. That is how I am
Wow.
turning up.
Wow. 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 And of course, this is an annual event. It doesn't happen every 6 weeks in this public manner. Would
Right.
you like it to happen? Would you like it to happen every 6 weeks? And how could we resource it? I wonder.
That's a beautiful question. Every 6 weeks, Otumfo, His Royal Majesty, organizes and is done in the Ashanti region, is all over Ghana.
Mm-hmm.
To replicate it here would take a lot of organization. It would take a
Mm-hmm.
lot of resources. It would take
Yes.
a lot of commitment to make it
Yes.
happen. However,
Yes.
if we are going to do that every 6 weeks, we can do it within our localities. All of us might not be able to congregate in Camberwell, but within
Mm-hmm.
our areas, we can have Akwasidae in Luton. We can have Akwasidae every 6 weeks somewhere in Coventry. We can have
Yes.
Akwasidae somewhere in Hampstead. We can have it in
Yes.
Hemel Hampstead. We can have it somewhere in Knightsbridge. Akwasidae can
Mm-hmm.
be created every 6 weeks within the whole nation. And remember the Ashanti people of who they are, where they are, and where they are yet to be. But lastly, if I can say this,
Of course.
Akwasidae can be celebrated. Akwasidae can be celebrated every 6 weeks, but Otumfo, His Royal Majesty, says Akwasidae can be celebrated every day. Every
That's
day
interesting.
you can celebrate Akwasidae. You ask how, I break it down. His Royal Majesty Otumfo, he says, Akwasidae has to do with your psychology.
Yes.
Akwasidae
Yes.
has to do with the spirit of a person understanding of who he is, understanding where he is, and where he is going. Akwasidae
Yes.
represents where she is, where
Yes.
she is going, and where she
Yes.
can go. So that
Yes.
Akwesai can be organized every day with the individual who buys and taps into the spirit of the Ashanti kingdom.
Well said. Well articulated. And you're moving people. You're moving people. What I'm going to do with you now, if I can just put it on the screen. Yeah, there it is on the
Appreciate that.
screen.
That's it.
For this, this is the event for tomorrow. That's
Yes.
Sunday, the 10th of August at
Yes.
Camberwell Green Park. This is
Mm.
in London, and postcode is S for sugar E5 7AA. There you are, between 12 and 6 p.m. Or you
Mm.
can go. If you wish to have uh, in fact, I suspect it's too late for stores now. But anyway, uh, there you are. The information there on the screen. So those of you who are viewing us via YouTube or Facebook, you can watch the recordings, and there it is on the screen for you, just so you all will know, or be aware. There you go. Now, you have communicated in ways and in many levels in a way that is unusual for my guest. Judging
Okay.
by some of the messages I've received, they've been truly moved by your words. And I know what they will do is go back to the recording and play it again to study. And I've said earlier on, I've got a 48-minute piece, which is it wasn't intended. It only intended to be for 5 minutes, but it ends up being
Mm.
48 minutes. So if the richness of the account people is such that it slipped into 48 minutes without even breaking sweat. If the richness of the culture tradition, the power of the people is truly awesome,
Mm.
truly awesome.
Mm.
I'm
Mm.
immensely proud to be in your presence, and I
You're
will be
welcome, sir.
even prouder to be in the presence of your peoples tomorrow as well. Now that you've moved so many, and I said this is ripple effect, what is your closing words to the people?
First of all, I want to thank you for having me. I am
Pleasure.
indeed pleased and chuffed and very, very pleased again to have been invited to be part of this. I leave them with one word.
Okay.
His Royal Majesty Otumfo would say, we represent excellence, we
Mm-hmm.
represent legacy, we
Yes.
represent potency. Within everybody, as you go through life, understand you have the power to interpret your dreams and your
Yes.
possibility.
Yes.
But as you pursue your dream, understand
Yes.
that you move with excellence,
Yes.
regardless of who tries to intercept, who tries
Yes.
to conquer, who tries to
Mm-hmm.
surpass, undermine.
Mm-hmm.
When you are
Mm-hmm.
moving with excellence, according to His
Mm-hmm.
Royal Majesty Otumfo,
Mm-hmm.
you move with excellence and make
Mm-hmm.
sure you do what you do with that might. But lastly, he said,
Mm-hmm.
understand the next generation is looking up to you. We
Yes.
have become the ancestors that we talk
Yes.
about. So
Yes.
Otunfo's Royal Majesty talks about legacy, talks
Mm-hmm.
about legacy, talk about the next generation, so that the next 20 years, the next 50 years, we will celebrate a people of potency, elegance, and legacy. Power to the
Wow.
people.
Power to the people. Power to the people. Power to the people. Praise Jah, Rastafari. I've got to do something special for you, if I may. I want to recognize, how can I do this for you? And there must be a way I can do this for you. Oh, what should I do? The question I ask myself. You know what I want to do with you? Because you have communicated, and judging by these messages I'm receiving, said on many levels, you're, of course, speaking with your mouth, but you're equally speaking with your spirits. Yeah. And it is that which is resonating with so many of my listeners right now. I'm conscious that often, as we communicate as a people, there's a certain amount of tension, you know. But every word that's come out of your mouth has been about unity, strength, belief. Mhm. What you're recognizing Now, together, we can all make the difference, you know? Oh, yeah. If I may, I just want to give you a quick clap, if I may. There we go. Hey, hey, there we go. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Oh, yeah. Whoa, yeah. Yes, 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 yes. Whoa, yes. Oh, whoa. Didn't expect that, did you?
I wasn't expecting that, but thank you.
It is our pleasure. We look forward to seeing you, and we look forward to seeing the audience in London, in Camberwell Green, that's London SE5, between 12 and 6, to experience and indeed to absorb the Akwasidae Festival, and to meet the dignitaries and to give appropriate affirmation to their presence. Praise be. Thank you for being an outstanding guest on the Motivator Show today. Pray well with you. Pray well with you. We pray well with
Thank
you.
you.
Thank you.
Appreciate that.
Pleasure. Bye-bye. Bye-bye. Wow. People, isn't that something, people? Isn't that something? Oh my gosh. Was that something? Was that something? First of all, if you're on YouTube and you haven't subscribed, I encourage you to subscribe. It's free. It's what it tells. It tells the YouTube algorithm that this show, this content is worth sharing with the billion or so other YouTube subscribers for free. But don't leave without leaving a comment. Don't leave without leaving a comment somewhere here so we can see your comment, your feedback. Okay? Or at the very least, give us a thumbs up or at least a further affirmation, yeah? A further affirmation that the content met with your satisfaction. But these shows are intended to empower, provide information that empowers you, raises your confidence, and to be clear that you define your life. It is not defined by others. But working with others, together we will make a difference. Because in unity is strength. In unity is strength. But this video will be re-edited, okay, with some highlights, but also some graphics. The all-important graphic will be incorporated into this video, so you can use it both for both pleasure and a learning platform to better understand the Akan people, to better understand the Ashanti people, the Fanti people, and the many peoples that make up the Akan. Remember, you can make the difference. You can make the difference. You've got to believe you can make the difference. And together we will transform the world. I believe that particular interview has now run its course. So I'm going to play the intro video, which as I said, it's about 5 minutes, okay? It's of a 48-minute piece, which I'll publish separately. But I know you will find this, whether you be a parent or a guardian, whether you be a member of the African diaspora disconnected from your roots, or indeed a child hungry for information, you will find this intro video a useful taster for what is to come. Praise be. Live long and prosper. Be happy and healthy. Praise Jah. Rastafari. The Akwasidae Festival, London, in 2025. The Akwasidae Festival is one of the most important traditional celebrations amongst the Ashanti people of Ghana. It holds deep cultural, spiritual, and historical significance, serving as a vibrant reminder of the Ashanti kingdom, heritage, leadership, and connection to the ancestors. The Akan are the largest ethno-linguistic group in Ghana and part of the Côte d'Ivoire, but within them are several major subgroups that vary in population size. Exact numbers can shift depending upon the census year, but based on the Ghana Statistical Data Service, ethnographic research and regional distribution, here are some of the rankings by population size. The largest Akan ethnic group are the Ashanti. They're the most politically influential and known for the Ashanti Kingdom. The Fanti, historical coastal traders, strong fishing and maritime culture. The Akuprem, a blend of Akan and Guan language. Ayam, known for gold trade and resistance against Ashanti expansion. Krau, mountain dwellers, historical traders and cocoa farmers. Bono Brom, considered among the earliest Akan states. Bono Bonsu. And Zima, rich cultural culture known for festivals and herbal medicines. Sefwi, known for cocoa production and forest heritage. Wasa, early gold mining communities. Hasta, coastal, known for interaction with Europeans from the 16th century. Asin, historical significant warriors in Fanti-Ashanti conflict. Owen, gold-rich forest communities. Bono Monso is an ancient town located in the Bono East region of Ghana, formerly part of the Bongo Afro region. It is one of the oldest known settlements of the Bono people, who are considered the earliest branch of the Akan ethnic group. Nana Ose Tutu I, the founding monarch of the Ashanti Kingdom. He unified several Akan states, including Duaban, Bakwa, and Suta, Mampong, into a powerful confederacy. The unification was sealed with the creation of the golden stool, symbolizing the soul and unity of the Ashanti people. The significance of the Akwasidae festival, the day of the sacred stool. Honoring the ancestors, Akwasidae is a day of ancestral veneration. It believes that spirits of the ancestors continue to influence the living. Offering of food and drinks are made of the Batama mausoleum, where the remains of past Ashanti kings are kept. Libations are poured and traditional priests communicate with the ancestors to seek blessings and guidance. Affirming the authority of the Ashanti Hene, the festival showcases the power and legitimacy of the Ashanti Hene, king of the Ashanti. The king sits in state at the palace in Kumasi, receiving homage from chiefs and the public. It reinforces the unity, the hierarchical structure of the Ashanti kingdom. Preserving Ashanti culture and traditions, Akwasidae is a living expression of Ashanti identity, featuring drumming and dancing, the display of royal regalia and golden stool, and traditional music, storytelling, and costume. It educates the younger generation about their history, values, and societal roles. Spiritual renewal. The festival occurs on a Sunday every 6 weeks, based upon the Ashanti calendar linked to the Akan lunar system. It is a time for personal reflection, spiritual purification, and thanksgiving to the gods and ancestors. Rituals are performed to ensure peace, prosperity, and protection for the community. Akwasidae achieves social and political cohesion. It brings together chiefs, dignitaries, and people from all walks of life, strengthening social bonds and loyalty to the Ashanti kingdom. It often used as a platform for discussing community development, resolving disputes, and reaffirming societal values. Akwasidae Festival is more than just a celebration. It's a sacred ritual of remembrance, a political statement, and a cultural showcase. It plays a vital role in maintaining continuity between the past, present, and fostering unity amongst the Ashanti people, and sustaining traditional leadership and belief systems in modern Ghana. Akwasidae Festival 2025, the Day of the Sacred Stool, here in London, on Sunday, the 10th of August, in Camberwell Green, London, SE5 7AA, from 12 to 6 p.m. We look forward to meeting you there.